welcome back to Absolutely. I'm Benny. That is Sal. And oh my God, the Gal Gadot situation is the gift that keeps on giving to podcast channels.
It's true. Did you bring receipts? I hope you brought receipts.
No, honestly, I'm not even going to bring receipts at this point because I read a bunch of different articles. And at this point, it's all hearsay. It's all rumors. There is no source that says
wonderful.
So we don't know what's going on. And I'm going to tell you the situation. So over the weekend, it came out. Let me go back to last week to catch you up real quick in case you were.
Yes,
So
please.
Gal Gadot came out in an interview and said that she had a talk with James Gunn and Peter Safran, that she is in good hands and that she will be in the new Wonder Woman, and she will be basically, they'll continue Wonder Woman 3.
They're making Wonder Woman 3, yes.
Right, and that she will be a part of it. And everyone got all excited. Gal Gadot is coming back. We're going to get Wonder Woman 3. This is great. Even if it's not next year or the year
Or
after.
confusing.
Or it was confusing because we're still dealing with, Henry Cavill's out. Ezra Miller probably out now.
Batfleck's out.
Batfleck's out. So just Gal Gadot staying, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it came out over the weekend, and I cannot find where it came from. So we're just going with rumors.
Yeah.
But rumors are spouting. No one said that to her. That she was never told she's coming back, never told she was in good hands, and that matter of fact, she is out.
Yeah, when I read that, actually from you guys were like, yeah, it's there's nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, I mean, that makes more sense to me.
It makes more sense that she's not coming back, but where did it come from? Why did she say that?
Right.
And it's not even like a Henry Cavill situation where The Rock called him and said, hey,
No.
announce your return, blah, 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 blah. None of that.
Yeah.
No, this was just her saying things.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to suggest that she's like, just, I mean, if I were her and I wanted to continue my internationally renowned franchise, 50% of which was critically buried, I would want to use at whatever resources I had at my disposal to perpetuate that, and if I were, let's say that like you've been cast as Wonder Woman, you're Gal Gadot, and you're like, all right, I want to be Wonder Woman again. I've made 2 movies, one of which sucks. The other one is like a triumph, according to critical reception. And now I'm hearing rumors that like I'm definitely going to get replaced by someone probably like 8 to 10 years younger than me.
Oh yeah,
in
she's
this
getting
new
older
universe,
now.
right? And by the way, she's still gorgeous. There's no reason for us not to have like, and I don't know how old she is, but like, there's no reason not to have like a 45-year-old Wonder Woman. Like, I don't care what the age thing is. I'm just talking about what
38.
I'm just saying straight facts. Like, just whatever, who cares? But I assume if you're planning a franchise that's going to be going for the next 10 years, you want them to look like the character for the next 10 years. But even regardless of that, you've recast Batman and Superman, so you're going to keep Wonder Woman. Like, you can see the forest for the trees. You're seeing this like direction where the future is coming up, where you're not Wonder Woman anymore, unless there's a multiverse movie, and you kind of feel like in 5 or 6 years, if and when they ever make another Wonder Woman movie and I'm not in it, the multiverse thing will have been played out, and they're not going to bring me back to fight another Wonder Woman. Like, that's
multiverse things are already getting played out. We've been
exactly. So by 5 years from now, forget. No one's gonna. No, people are gonna be like, I don't want to hear about it.
Just as an added comment to the multiverse thing, I was thinking about this post video. You know what the problem with the multiverse thing is?
Well,
you all shouldn't do it at the same time. Okay, that's it. That's literally it.
It's true. It's true. You're right. But I would put out into the world just like some good vibes about me continuing to be Wonder Woman, or at least letting people know. It could have been a play. It sounds like a play to me.
I found where the rumor that she's not being in it is started. I did find where it started. Okay. Variety and Collider, both of which are reputable. They're not.
These are real news sources.
They've reported after she stated that there is 0 development and there's no active development on a Wonder Woman 3 starring Gadot.
Right. Now, if you want to know what James Gunn's thinking at any time, go on Threads and follow him, because he replies to like every Threads tweet at him, and he'll be like, oh yeah, no, like he'll tell you like, oh, Streaky the Super Cat's in the movie. Like, by the way, I don't think that's true, but I'm just saying, like, he's very open with a lot of random facts.
Yeah. So they've reported that there's 0 development. Now, that doesn't mean she did not talk to James Gunn and Peter Safran
I'm sure she did.
Well, I'm
And I'm sure
saying
they were
it
like,
doesn't
"What?"
mean
Yeah.
that they did not say. Let me go to his threads because you're right. He
Yeah.
did move to threads. That's why we haven't seen too much from him.
It's true. You can't even look at threads, by the way, on desktop.
You
So,
can look at someone's specific thread.
oh, okay, good.
You can pull up their thread. So I'm doing it right now.
True.
But no, he's just reposting stuff about Guardians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't
fair.
even respond to the whole thing. It looks like.
No, it makes sense.
So, yeah, it's weird because so it doesn't mean that what she said didn't happen,
No.
but it does mean if there's zero development,
Yeah.
what was actually said and what's implied. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. If I were her, I would work tirelessly to put out into the world like I'm still willing to be Wonder Woman. I'm excited to be Wonder Woman. I can be Wonder Woman. Like I'm, and and if the audience wants me more than not, then maybe I can like strong arm the studio into keeping me as Wonder Woman.
right.
Like I get it.
You
I
know
just
that you
don't.
also made me
Yeah.
realize they talk
Mm.
about aging actors.
You're right.
Because when you look this up, she also discusses Giselle's return in Fast X. It's the
Oh, sure.
cliffhanger at the end of Fast X. Giselle came back. We
Oh,
don't know
okay.
how yet. But it also made me realize the Fast and the Furious franchise is a cast of actors that all started in their like late 20s, early 30s, and we're all getting into like the 40s. We're jumping off cars and pulling submarines out.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Like with I don't know what I guess with Fast and the Furious, it's like it's about those characters. If those characters are 60,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just about them being 60. Whereas like Wonder Woman, the character hasn't aged in 100 years. So
Right. Well, you know
you
what was
know.
funny is
Mm.
just that also got me thinking about the Terminator franchise
Oh
and
god.
how we just kept having an aging.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, how they had to keep explaining how the Terminator would not look like he did in 1984. Yeah. Although Terminator Salvation, I remember being really impressed by the de-aging technology they used on him. I was like, that's awesome. And then they never did it again.
Wasn't the excuse like the T1000? He's not the T1000. He's the T1000.
He's the T800.
T800. That's it.
Yeah.
The T800 and how it's like, well, he was made to age.
Well, they say like it's an endoskeleton surrounded by living tissue. So it's like
Right.
theoretically speaking, if it's living tissue, if he is a technical cyborg, then he would age because the flesh would theoretically like rot. So that's what we're doing as we get, we're just
Yeah.
falling apart. So like I assume that's like that is the. And by the way, I heard a rumor, and I don't know if that's like I don't have receipts for that either, but like I heard that James Cameron came up with that idea, and I'm like, that makes sense because he thinks about these kinds of things, or at least he can explain away those kinds of things.
Well, I mean, you could easily do Wonder Woman too. We could technically bring back Gal Gadot. Is it Gadot? I thought it was Gadot.
Okay, so like we've been saying Godot because we're conditioned to say that OT is pronounced O because we are Americans and have been influenced by the French, and normally in French OT means O.
Okay.
Apparently, but I not only have we been corrected in the comments, but also I watched a interview with her in which she talked about herself in the third person and did say Gal Gadot. So I'm
Okay.
like, all right, well, that'll
Well,
work.
you say Gal Gadot, and just for those idiots in the comments,
can say Godot.
that think I read the comments because I've never once seen them correct me. I'll say Godot. So
Perfect.
let me know, commenter. Let me know. Did I get
am
it
I
wrong?
right or not?
I won't read your comment and find out. But did I get it right or not?
Yeah, fill up that area because just comment as much as you can.
Engage. Let me know how wrong I have been this whole time. Okay, I want this. I'm asking for receipts on this. If you in the comment, if you already had commented that I said it wrong, if you had already done that, and now I've called you out, don't edit it and remove it. Don't.
Yeah.
If you're gonna edit it, say you got me or something like that. Don't you try to save face.
Yeah.
Funny story, and I've told this a couple times, but maybe I don't think I've ever done it on the channel. Early in the life of Comic Storian, I mispronounced a few things unintentionally to discover that gave me great engagement. So following that, if I was saying something incorrect and discovered I was saying it incorrect, I never fixed it intentionally at that point because
it's incredible. Like,
everyone gave me comments.
Because no one in the history of YouTube has ever had an opinion and then gone to the comment section and checked to see if anyone else had the same opinion.
Oh, yeah.
They just type the opinion. So it's like the same comment 100 times, which from 100 different accounts helps us out. Works for me.
I've even tried pinning a comment. You guys have all told me. I get it. Go away. And
Me too. Or I've
in
pinned the
response
most
to
liked
that, there will
comment.
be more.
Exactly. I can't stop it. You know what? Why fight? You can't fight City Hall.
It's like
I
an
get it.
OCD thing. I have to tell you.
Dude, I have gotten comments where people say, I am so sorry. I hate to be that guy. I don't want to be him. But I am gonna tell you. Like, and it's just like, then don't. If you are ever writing a comment that says, I hate to be that guy, you're being that guy. And if you hate it so much, don't.
Right. So anyway, back to the topic on hand.
But Gal Gadot,
and
probably
Gal
not.
Gadot, two great friends in the world. There's
I
no
love 'em.
evidence of anything, and
No,
that's the problem.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love
Apparently,
that.
she just said things. Now, it could be right, it could be wrong. We don't know, but it makes for great videos in which we just sit here and go, I don't know what's going on, and I love it.
I don't know. My question to you, Benny, is what would you do if you were James Gunn in this
Replace her.
situation? You'd replace her?
At this point, my honest opinion, I would love Batfleck to stay, Henry Cavill to stay, and Gal Gadot. I would.
I know.
I want them to stay. I do. I like the Snyderverse. I would have been fine if Zack Snyder got to continue and we just made 700 million, 800 million movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, how terrible for us. And we just, reduced our budgeting. We'd have no problems. I would have been fine with that.
Sure.
But if we're going to do this, and I have said this since the beginning, clean slate. Do not make this confusing.
Yeah.
You need to just swap everyone out, call
Mhm.
it a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause if you
I completely agree.
If you keep one, there will be one confused viewer who doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be. But if you clean slate swipe it all, it's easy for people to be like disconnected. That's it. I said
Right.
this at the beginning. Like Marvel's Endgame did like
Yeah.
2 billion something, $3 billion something dollars. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
People saw that and had no idea what was going on. That's
I
always
know.
been my argument. Like,
Yeah.
like we're in the zeitgeist. We know comics, we know the audience, we know what's going on, and the people who follow us, you know what's going on. I'm giving 98% of you credit that you know what is going on. You're watching this video because you want to know and you do know what is going on. But
Right.
there will be somebody's aging aunt who has no idea what's going on and just wants to see another superhero movie with little Henry and little Ben. See what I did there?
Yeah.
And wants to bring them to the movies and doesn't want to be confused or having to watch two bearded idiots talking about what's going on in the movie.
Or explaining it to them. That's true. But like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, that's funny. I want it to be clean, but for like my own benefit. I don't care if like Tom, Dick, and Harry are confused about what universe this is in. I just think that like it's cleaner, it's safer, it makes sense, it like works better. Like, it's just like if you're gonna do a clean slate, do a clean slate. Because here's the thing. Let's say that like you pick Gal Gadot, right? You go, she's Wonder Woman though. What you're basically saying with that decision, at least as far as I'm concerned, is I don't like to work with Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd rather work with Gal Gadot. Like, what you're basically saying, you're showing favoritism in a universe of sprawling characters that could include Nort, the dog Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You know, like you.
I mean, we're already keeping Waller.
Right.
the
Waller,
actor-
Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker cast is staying. We know that.
The entire cast of Peacemaker and Amanda Waller, which means everyone from
Isn't Waller
the
in
Suicide
Peacemaker?
Squad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But, like,
most of the Suicide Squad died, so we
Yeah,
don't
that's
worry about
true.
that.
Right? Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Spoilers for the Suicide Squad. But
I mean,
think
the only ones who survived that were what, Peacemaker and Harley
Yes.
and Bloodsport.
Oh, and Bloodsport. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
yes, we are aware. Blue Beetle is technically the first announced DCU movie. They're just keeping it in the canon, and that's fine because
Maybe.
none of those actors. No, they've said it. They've said straight up. James Gunn
Yeah.
has come out and said it.
James
What?
Gunn has also been very careful to say Superman Legacy is the official start. Like,
That's true. He also did say we might keep Ezra Miller, and then now we're not.
now we're definitely not. No, I think if Blue Beetle sucks or fails, Blue Beetle is not in the new universe.
There's a lot of people backing it though. I didn't think it's going to do well. Yes, I will agree with our commenter here. Supra Star DC says, and Rat Girl survived, and I would love to
Oh, yeah,
see
Rat
a
Girl.
Rat Girl continuation.
Yeah, Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, she was great. When I heard that they were just doing Ratcatcher 2, I was like, what is wrong with you? Why? Why? No, it was great. I love what they did with that. So
I agree.
All right. Did we both ever? It's Blue Beetles this weekend. I haven't even seen Turtles yet.
Man, I saw Turtles. It was fun.
Natalie and I tried to go see Barbie this weekend, and I was going to see Turtle with the guys, but Natalie's
Mhm.
dealing with her relapse in her disease.
Ugh,
So it's
yeah.
mostly we just sat on the couch, watch TV. She's getting treatments now. For anybody curious, she is public about what's going on,
Good.
so that's why I could talk about it. But yeah, so that's why I'm a little behind on my movies and my shows and things like that, because it's been really, what do you want to watch? What do you
Right.
want to play? Like
Exactly. Barbie's it's solid, so that's worth checking.
Yeah, we were trying to see Barbie, but she just didn't have the energy to get out of the house and go to the theater for it. So
That's fair.
But all right, we're going to close up today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you next time right here at Absolutely.